I need to try and figure out if there's a way to film this. Uh, okay, so I need to I need to get OBS Studio going, and the problem is it's easy to do if I'm doing like a screen capture. I can have a camera, put myself in the screen, um, but we're trying to film these new radios, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing that. Yeah, look, I got the full beard in the the photo. Um, so the TYT company put some weird address on the box here, so I was a little bit skeptical that, like, what is this? Why is it so heavy? This is definitely not one radio, which of course they sent me two handhelds and a mobile high power radio. And boy, that really made my day. I guess we'll just like go and pan over to the radios. Um, I'm trying to work on doing a little bit better filming, but I think it is true that with the AI and all that stuff, like our friend was saying, you know, it's important to probably be in your videos because everything is so fake out there now. And my format has always been kind of me not in the video, and like if it's a radio, then it's going to be, you know, just the radio, not me. But I don't do a whole lot of video editing ever, and I'm gonna probably have to start trying to do a little bit of that. But let's go flip around, and we probably need to flash on. So that is the box of radios, and I don't believe anybody else has received these from TYT. You can't get them anywhere unless you order a lot of them. You can get them from AliExpress. And sorry, there's no way for me to give you a link. You would have to contact TYT directly and see what it would take to get a radio from them. Best I could figure that they're around a little bit over $100 for a radio, and the mobile is like 200 and something. And I don't know why they chose to send them to me, to be honest. I mean, like, I'm not like a small channel, and I'm not a big channel, and but I really do appreciate it. And I always do my reviews regardless of, like, you know, I've never had anybody really send me anything for free other than Radtel. And Radtel sent me a radio just because I was on Amazon, and I mentioned that the radio, the RT470X, the S meter was fake, and or you know whatever, and I mentioned, what radio do you have that doesn't have this problem, along with another issue on the other Radtel, like 890, where it scans and then stops and never restarts. I said, what radio would you recommend that I offer to my people on my channel? I don't want to recommend them to buy something that's not going to make them happy. And they said, we're sorry, there's nothing we can do about it, but we have this other radio. If you're interested in reviewing it, we'll send it to you for free. And that was through Amazon, and it came from a fulfillment center, and that was the Radtel 730, which I think is an awesome radio. But these here are going to be pretty damn interesting. So I guess we'll just open up the box since it's already been opened. And so literally they sent me 2 radios. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, I had to pay $35 in tariffs, but you know, I got a pretty good deal. Now, the bummer is that I don't really have anybody that I talk to on UHF VHF. So that is the box right there. Let me set this down. And I'm going to move the other box. So that's the box, guys. And let me rearrange. All right. So the manual here, the UVL-15W. APRS. So apparently this has GPS. 1,000 channels. Compander, scrambler, NOAA. Remote stun kill, activate. Basic operation. APRS, GPS. So what's cool about this is, I think I understand why they sent me two of them, because they have GPS. Manual seems to be pretty well written from what I can tell so far. Let's go ahead and grab the radio. There's a package here. Okay. It feels like the quality of my UV-MD380. It's not like incredibly heavy without the battery. The buttons are rubber right here. That one's hard plastic. The keypad is nice, and then we have I don't know if it uses a regular K plug or not. Well, here's the battery. The battery is ginormous. The battery is bigger than the radio. What do they claim? It's 3,800 milliamp hours. Wow. There's a USB port on the back. Now, the antenna is like a modified BNC. So now that feels like a Motorola. Damn, dude. I like these kind of radios. I'm not really into small radios. So we got, wow, that antenna is heavy. So there's two antennas, and there's a lot of metal on the end of the antenna, guys. Wow. Let me zoom out because, yeah. Good Lord. Hold on. All right. Man. This is crazy. That's like a... Radio Shack made some antennas like this back in the 90s, maybe the 2000s, as did other companies, where it's like a BNC, but it threads on. Only bad part about that is it's going to be really hard to find an adapter for that, because I don't even know what that's called. Wow. And it's running on 11 volts. Wow. Damn, dude. Okay. Wow, look at that. I'll be damned. That's kind of cool. FM radio switch. We got call sign, SSID, encoder, decoder, map. Okay. Let's turn the GPS on. I don't think it'll work in here, but we'll just try it anyway. GPS mode. Okay. GPS BDS, GPS plus BDS. I'm going to leave it on that one. I don't know which one I need to be on, but position info. So I'll have to go outside for that, but this is something else, guys. I guess I'm easily impressed, but we'll go ahead and turn that off. Bluetooth switch, inside mic, Bluetooth speaker gain, Bluetooth mic gain. Wow. So you could wear a headset with this. And then what is this? DTMF. And then I'm gonna guess, is that just a channel list? Wow, look at this. Dude. So TX power, simplex, duplex, talk around, step, RX only, busy lockout, PTT scrambler off, APRS. So that's a channel right there that we're on. Okay. Radio info. So battery, device ID, hardware version, software version. There's 2.05 and 2.10 for the software. Build date 10/12/2025. Do you realize that they just sent this thing? It's the 21st. So they contacted me over a month ago, but they must have just sent it like 10 days ago. Because it came UPS. And it's 10/21 right now. And unless they future-proofed that date. Like, this is hot off the press. Wow. That was 9 days ago, guys. You gonna tell me they sent me this thing that quickly? That is crazy. I don't know. I'm a little bit shocked. Okay. Software build time. I don't know what that means. 1730. So the keypad is very familiar for me. Let me grab my other TYT just to show you guys. Okay? I want to show you real quick. Okay, so this radio is the UVL-15W with GPS. Okay? This thing is like a Motorola beast. Serious. Let's set them down here. This is really cool. Okay, so the screen just dimmed down a little bit. So I like these radios for DMR. I mean, I bought the Bofang kind of version, and let's see. Okay, so I bought the Bofang version, and the TYT is way more durable as far as that goes. Let me grab the Bofang version. And it's not really a Bofang version, but I think it might be using a board that TYT made. But that one is actually, for you guys that are curious, it's on my TGIF channel. One of them is. This one is. Talk Group 799, that's our TGIF channel. And I have this radio on there, monitoring it all the time. See the satellite logo over here? Let's see if we have satellite or not. That's APRS. So there's an APRS app, okay, on here. And we have 3 satellites, but not a good enough signal, is what I can tell. But I like the bright screen. I really appreciate that. You got Talk Group 91 on the Bofang. So, but TYT, they make just really durable radios. And I feel like TYT and Anytone look similar, but when it comes to the handhelds, like I've always felt like the TYT was more of a commercial radio and the Anytone was sort of in between. Like, if you're going to buy a Chinese radio and you're on the fence about, like, buying a Yaesu or a Chinese radio, I think that the TYT is like, for the DMR radio, is like, you're not going to get a better radio without buying a Motorola, is what I think. And of course, they're a fraction of the price. But this thing here is absolutely nuts. Like, I really, really did not expect that kind of radio. And it would have been really cool if it was digital also. But what's going to be cool is setting up the APRS on this radio. So I'm going to do another video on the other radio, the mobile radio. I'm not going to get to it tonight. If I do, it'll be just real brief. But I'm going to fiddle around with this and play with it for a little bit and see if I can get the APRS set up. And so, yeah, I really appreciate TYT reaching out to me and sending me these to review for free. Next time, guys, try to put, like, gift on the thing so that I don't have to pay $35 tariff. Just a heads up. So, and I don't know, maybe there's just not a way around that, you know? I mean, like, but Elizabeth looked it up and she was pretty sure that, like, under a certain amount of declared amount, and I think that's the problem. I think the declared amount on this is just way too high. I think the declared amount has to be $100 or under.
W4 SRC.
So.
W4 Sierra.
Anyway, guys.
Charlie.
I think this is a YouTube first for the radio. I think I'm the first one.
W4
to have
Sierra Romeo Charlie.
UVL-15W.
Calling CQ.
Hey, it's London Tim.
But if you were just logging into Worldwide 91, this is Kilo 7 Tango Mike back at you.
That's London Tim.
K7 Tango Mike.
Tim?
Kilo 7 Tango Mike. Good to hear from you, mate. Out there all the way in Australia, I reckon.
He's in Phoenix. This is going to be funny, guys.
Here in Nashville, Tennessee. This is Whiskey 4 Sierra.
I was going to end the video,
Charlie,
but this is going to be too funny. So London Tim used to do a radio show in Phoenix in the morning, back in the 80s.
Well, Skylar, I hate to disappoint. That was pretty funny, but thanks for thinking I was Australian. I'm actually not. I'm an English guy who lives in Phoenix, Arizona. But I have lived here my entire adult life. I came to Phoenix when I was 20 years old, and I'm now 167 years old. So I'm not surprised that you thought my accent sounded Australian, because it's kind of English mixed with American. Skylar, back to you.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man, no worries. Now you got me blushing.
So London Tim is also
Man, yeah.
loud.
I didn't know you were here in the U.S.
So Tim is the guy that got me to actually get my GMRS license, and he probably doesn't know this, but And then I got on there, and the guys were a bunch of pricks. But I think they killed off all those repeaters. But I used to listen to Tim talk on there, and I was like, you know what? I'll get my GMRS license. He would get on there, and he would say, oh, I know there's a bunch of hams on here listening, but you guys don't have licenses. You know, he's like, just go get your $35 license. Anyway, so Tim is pretty funny. I hear him on here. I don't monitor GMRS anymore.
I'll do it properly,
but he's funny.
You have a friend listening.
He does get a little drinky poo going on, though.
Use the correct etiquette. Here we go. Normally, if I had just hit the press to talk, I would say, Whiskey 4, Sierra, Romeo Charlie, Skylar, this is K7 Tango Tango Mike, back at you. I see that you're down there in College Grove, and that's a very nice place in Tennessee to be. I've actually visited there. I've been all over the Deep South, from Mobile, Alabama, to a bunch of other places in the Deep South, in Louisiana.
This is bonus material for the video, guys.
All over Texas. But I reside, all my exes live in Texas, but I reside in Phoenix, Arizona. Roger.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.